From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Peter Murphy begins now.
Good evening. New agreements are set to be inked between the two former Jackie Lambie Network MPs and the government in the coming days as the political fallout over the breakup continues. Today, Labor went on the offensive, questioning the coalition deal, while the Liberals remain firm on providing political stability.
And then there was one. The trio who were once joined at the hip no longer stand side by side.
The Jackie Lambie Network kicked out 2 of their state MPs, announced that they were no longer part of the network.
The departure of Miriam Beswick and Rebecca Pentland was sparked by Senator Jackie Lambie's call for the Infrastructure Minister Michael Ferguson to be sacked over his handling of the 2 new Spirit of Tasmania vessels. The party accused Ms Beswick and Ms Pentland of getting too cosy with Mr Ferguson and even sharing pre-planned questions with the government before asking them in Parliament.
I've been raising concerns about this agreement for a long time and about the performance of the Jackie Lambie network. I'm not surprised that it's finished only 4 months into it.
The party claiming Ms Beswick and Ms Pentland no longer represented its values. It's a notion Ms Beswick denies, claiming their relationship with the party leader had deteriorated over the past few months.
These independents and minor parties don't deliver strong government, they actually deliver chaos. And we're actually seeing it.
The ex-Lambie MPs will now sit as independents and say they will continue to provide the government confidence and supply with a new, less restrictive agreement.
You're not bound on particular motions, and you don't have to give notice of particular motions.
We're keen to ensure that we deliver agreements that provide certainty and stability for the Tasmanian community.
Now that the 2 MPs sit as independents, there's a non-Greens crossbench of 6, meaning the government needs the vote of 4 to pass legislation. As for the potential for an early election, it doesn't seem to be the preferred next step.
Well, I don't want to see an early election. I don't think Tasmanians want to see an early election. They want to see Jeremy Rockcliffe get his government together.
The government is going to come under scrutiny in a parliament that's not that easy to control.
More moving parts to navigate when Parliament resumes September 10th. Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
Tas Networks is preparing for wild weather as a severe weather event with damaging winds and heavy rain has been forecast for the state over the coming week and a half. It also claims industrial action has been suspended. Since last Tuesday, electrical union workers walked off the job in a bid for pay parity with their mainland counterparts. Tas Networks says workers must return to work to ensure the community safety. Unions will have the chance to review and challenge the call once the emergency event has finished. Hobart's street-side dining initiative will be a more permanent fixture, with the council approving the next stage of the project. The outdoor seating spaces, initially launched as a temporary measure to support local businesses during the pandemic, have proved very successful.
Wonderful. It just brightens up the street, makes the business more noticeable, not just our business but just businesses in general.
They've been really successful, and the next step is to make these kind of opportunities available for other businesses as well.
Council will pay for the current installations to be removed, while businesses will be required to cover future expenses. The state's official emergency information and warning platform, Tas Alert, is now available to download as an app on mobile devices. It will provide a more personalised service for residents when facing dangerous situations.
Helping Tasmanians respond quickly to an emergency when confronted with one. The Tas Alert app, unveiled by the Police, Fire and Emergency Management Minister, is an extension of the redeveloped Counterpart website.
So developing this app that gives people the ability to customise the notifications that they get in the middle of an emergency is critical for community response.
Users of the app are able to create an account, set their preferences and sign up for warning notifications in their immediate area. If an incident develops nearby, a notification is sent straight to your phone, providing timely information and advice as to what to do.
So having an awareness of your situation that's occurring around you, whether it's your workplace or your home, is crucial. So we encourage every Tasmanian member to download this app.
The state government has invested almost $500,000 in the app, with an additional $200,000 coming from the Australian government's Disaster Ready Fund.
But we know that it's important that people know what to do in the event of an emergency so that they can stay safe.
With the approaching fire season, Tasmanians are encouraged to download the app sooner rather than later. Melinda Ogden, 7 Tasmania News.
One of the state's fiercest rivalries has been reignited with the RecLink Community Cup kicking off for another year. Local musicians squaring off against media in the annual clash, raising vital funds for disadvantaged Tasmanians.
Another year, another fierce rivalry battling out for bragging rights. Local media pitted up against a team of Tasmanian musicians bringing their A-game in the annual RecLink Community Cup, a staple on Hobart's calendar.
Hobart Community Cup's our RecLink Australia's major fundraiser for the year.
The Ramonas taking on the Van Diemen Dogs, putting on a show. Amateur footy at its finest, but all for a great cause. The Cup raising awareness and funds for the charity, helping thousands of disadvantaged Tasmanians.
We work across disability, some drug and alcohol rehabilitation facilities. We run a statewide government school program where we target low socioeconomic areas.
The Dogs coming in as favourites following the victories in previous years.
Go Dogs! They're good. They win. They won last season.
On the field, the Ramonas may have won the coin toss, but the Dogs clawed back, scoring the first goal.
The Dogs in great position, swings on the right, it's there!
Off the field, footy fanatics soaked up the atmosphere.
Really happy the sun's come out for such a great event.
Even some furry friends getting in on the action. A few fumbles and swapping out the typical footy for a huge bouncy ball made for an interesting clash. The Dogs unable to claim a three-peat victory, instead settling for a draw.
It was a really hard one to swallow. We really wanted the win on the Ramona side, but I think it was the best game we've ever played.
Happy to get out here and have fun, and it's for a great cause, and it's great hanging out with lifelong friends. So
it's been a massive team effort to raise at least $15,000 for the charity, but for now it's celebrations in full swing.
Some of the players finishing up with a chilling cool down.
Everyone say draw!
Rebecca Gaidaneris, 7 Tasmania News.
Now, as the gateway to the Antarctic, Hobart's waterfront has come alive today with penguins and husky sled dogs for the annual Australian Antarctic Festival, showcasing the wonders of the continent while celebrating the community and its contribution to Tasmania. Attendees discovering what happens when expeditioners embark on their journeys. The festival runs right through until August 28th. Trial matches between the Jack Jumpers and the Adelaide 36ers have been cancelled, citing unforeseen weather conditions. 2 games were scheduled for Ulverston today and at the Elfin Sports Centre in Launceston on Tuesday. The team instead holding an intra-squad match and a meet and greet with fans. A storm delay has given a big surge to Wynyard in the Northwest Football League Women's Grand Final. It started off as a one-sided affair, the two Blues having a 24-point lead into the third quarter, then nearby Lightning temporarily suspended play midway through the term. Following the break, the Cats clawed back, Vice-Captain Amy Bissett and Ella Moody scoring 3 goals to cut the margin to only 3 points. In the end, though, Penguin held on to win the premiership.
Good evening. Hobart, 20 degrees, the state's top today, alongside King Island and Grove. 18 in Launceston, 15 for Devonport and 13 for Burnie. We saw 19 recorded on Flinders Island at St Helens, Strawn and Friendly Beaches, Bushy Park 18, 16 for Smithton and Marai Island, Lowhead 15 and 10 the high for Lyweenie. A band of cloud is seen moving over the state today, containing those afternoon thunderstorms that we experienced in the north and northwest. A mid to high level cloud band is crossing New South Wales with plenty of cloud across Victoria and Tasmania associated with a passing cold front. Tomorrow, a strengthening west to northwesterly airstream will move over the south of the country. West to northwesterly winds 20 to 30 knots, increasing to 35 knots in the far south and east of Flinders Island, with westerly swells building to 3 metres. Now, tomorrow we have a gale warning for waters between Tasman Island to Low Rocky Point and also for east of Flinders Island. There's also a strong wind warning for remaining coastal waters to include the Channel and the Southwest Lakes. 16 and partly cloudy tomorrow in Hobart, wet and windy conditions for Dover 15 and much the same for Ouse with 14 there. Possible showers in Launceston 17, similar conditions for Devonport 16, 15 and increasing showers for Scottsdale. A couple of showers for Burnie and Strawn, both 14, windy with showers easing in Stanley, 15's the top. Partly cloudy in St Helens and Swansea 17, 16 and possible showers on the way for Ross. Forecast now for Tuesday, showers more likely about the north and west, extending statewide later. Showers continue on Wednesday, although more widespread in the west, with snow falling to 700 metres. And that wet weather continues for Thursday, unfortunately, particularly about the west, extending to the north later, with snow falling to the 800 metre mark. Here's what's happening further north tomorrow. A foggy start in Brisbane 31, summer arriving early in Broome 38, clearing showers in Adelaide, they're chasing 18 degrees. 14 degrees right now in Hobart, cloudy, light showers across Launceston, 14 also and showery across Devonport. And the final week of winter has arrived with spring starting next Sunday, the 1st of September, Murph.
Well, Kaya, I reckon we can actually definitely call that an update on a date. Thanks for that. We'll have your update on the weather later on. Thanks for joining us for the news this evening. Have a good rest of the weekend. Good night.